Morning, guys. How's it going? So, um, happiness and what makes you happy. It's not always the destination, but it can also be the journey. Now, again, I listen to many different things and many different people, and some people go, "Oh, why you listen to them? They're, rah, rah, rah." And I'm like, well, you know what? Um, they're well thought out. They discuss and talk about whatever it is that they're commenting on. And mind you, there's some times I listen to people and they're ranting and raving and going, oh, that sounds really weird, but they do have a point, or I never thought of things that way before, which is why I do listen to opposing views. So, again, people say, oh, you listen to those people, why listen to them? They're all liars. I go, well, why do you listen to your people? I can call them all liars too. And they go, oh, but. And I go, well, it's kind of like arguing who has the best, who has the best and most correct imaginary friend. Realistically, you make decisions on what you see, hear, and the more you narrow your input of information, the more narrow your point of view is. But aside from that, this bloke called Joker, who has this YouTube channel, in which I put a link to his video down below. He's a confirmed bachelor. He lives on his own. He makes comments about, dating in the scene, all that sort of stuff. And he made a really good point about happiness. And some people I've met, they're like, I just want to get married, have kids, and I thought I'd have that by now. It's like, well, okay, now why does that make you happy? What well, I just thought, it'll just make me happy. I'm going, well, but if you're not happy in yourself, how can you make others happy, which are your kids? Because your kids will know that you're not happy. It's like, yell at me if you want, but it's like dogs. They understand when you're lonely, you're happy. They just sort of sense something's not right. Now, a lot of things happen that I never thought would have happened if I had to do things differently. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm here where it is, and I will say that there are goals that I do have, but I also enjoy the journey. The learning, the trialing, and like he described in his bus. Like he had this bus that he had, and he said, okay, well, um, I'm going to renovate it and change it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to rip out all the seats, and the satisfaction that he got from actually ripping out all the seats, not necessarily that everything is finished, but that he had a goal, he achieved it, it was done, he could look at it, take pictures, and go, right, I did that. I did that, I experienced that, that's awesome. It doesn't have to be a big thing, it can be a small thing. Like, I got in the garden this morning and look at all this dirt. Yes, gardening in rubber. I do it. Um, Mind you, only early in the morning or early evening, late afternoon when the heat is out of the day. But that's the thing. I question a lot of people when I got this goal, I got that goal, and they don't enjoy the journey. Enjoy the small victories, enjoy the satisfaction, enjoy learning and experiencing their journey. Um, there's some kinks where I don't really enjoy it because it's like rope, and I think it's like all just about getting there and then taking a picture and that's it. But to me, I find that not very, because to me as a if I were to do that as a bottom, it would be very passive and just sort of kind of like a lie there and think of England kind of thing. Um, I wouldn't find that very satisfactory. Because I'm more of an active person. I'm like a doer. And some of it I guess comes into the whole control issue and stuff, which is ironic given sub S type and all that sort of stuff. But that's a part of the journey, learning how to know when you've reached your limits, knowing when to give control over to somebody, knowing when to take part control over something, take it back, exchange it, all that sort of stuff. It's very interesting, very good for learning. And good on a personal sense, particularly in this day and age with a lot of women that think that they can have and do it all, and then they whinge and complain that, oh, I do everything. You don't have to do everything. Like, seriously, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to have the kids. You don't have to get married. You don't have to have the house. You know, if you live your life and you like it, low stress, renting, not married, not with kids, or with kids, whatever. You know, if you work on a way to de-stress your life but still accomplish things, and you know it doesn't have to be stressful to accomplish things. It can just be, it can also be very relaxing to accomplish things, like getting in my garden, ripping things up, moving things around, like, you know, going, yep, that's good, that's there, it's not changing. I mean, it's not huge. It's very simple and it's very relaxing because you get to get physical and shovel things and use up some of that energy that I think in today's day, with the digital age and a lot of computers and stuff, a lot of people aren't getting out enough, and just doing social stuff, like actual physical activity. I know people go to the gym and all that sort of thing, but it's different to if, you know, you go on a picnic and play football with some mates, or play cricket, or go to someone's place and play with the dogs and run around with the dogs and be silly. It's all just different, and it's all satisfying. It all makes you happy. I mean, there's an interesting video I watched about, you know, little things to make your dog know that you love them and stuff. Very interesting. But anyway, hump day. I thought I'd give you something to contemplate on hump day about happiness and how it goes and what it means to you, and do you find happiness along the journey rather than just the destination? You have a bit of both, you know, and that goes into what kind of person you are and what you'd like to do, and you know, what sort of experiences you want to have. And it's not all about money, it's not all about position, it's not all about the big bang. It can be just the small things in life. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good hump day.